how do anabolic steroids actually work in the body? Everybody knows steroids build muscle, but nobody knows actually how they work inside the body or why they can completely shut down natural production. So instead of saying steroids make you big, today we're going to break down the actual biology, what happens in your brain, your blood, and your muscle cells when someone says they take anabolic steroids. And once you understand the mechanism, you'll realize this whole system is way more complicated than people really think. First, we have to start off with something called the HPT axis. This is pretty much a hormone communication chain. It starts in the brain. And a region called the hypothalamus releases a hormone called gonadotropin releasing hormone. And this travels a tiny distance over to the pituitary gland, which releases two different hormones. So that is luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. Luteinizing hormone is the important one for testosterone, and this travels through your bloodstream down to your testes and tells specialized cells, they're called Leydig cells, to produce testosterone. So testosterone production is actually controlled in the brain, and your brain is the one that really decides how much testosterone you make. Now, what does testosterone actually do inside the muscle? Testosterone enters the bloodstream from your testes and circulates around the entire body. And once it reaches muscle tissue, it'll cross into muscle cells. And inside those cells are structures called androgen receptors. Testosterone will bind to one of those receptors, and it activates certain genes inside the cell. So think of testosterone like a key, and then the androgen receptor like a lock. Those genes inside the cell that are activated will increase protein synthesis, muscle repair, I'm just going to abbreviate, muscle fiber growth, and recovery speed. It also reduces muscle breakdown. So essentially what we have is pretty much a breeding ground for muscle growth. And that's why testosterone levels strongly influence mass and recovery. What are actual anabolic steroids? If you're thinking of a testosterone molecule, it'll be something like this. Androgen, or anabolics, are synthetic compounds that pretty much mimic testosterone. So they'll be similar molecular makeup, but they're literally modified, like just identical, modified testosterone molecules. And others are chemically tweaked versions designed to last longer in the body. Let's say we have a short ester of testosterone, we'll have a longer anabolic. They'll activate receptors a lot more strongly, so this means increased muscle growth. And they'll even survive digestion if taken orally. So these are like alkali anabolics. And so when someone takes anabolic steroids, blood androgen levels rise heavily, far above natural levels. So let's say this is your natural level here, you could get it up, here, and a lot more muscle growth capabilities. So this leads to even faster protein synthesis, faster muscle repair, faster recovery between workouts. So if you're running upper lower, you get rest, you can do upper lower, repeat every day. So the person can train harder up in the gym. So I'm doing a shoulder press here. Train a lot harder, gain muscle more quickly, and than someone relying on natural hormone levels. And this is the sole reason why steroids are effective. They amplify the exact same system that your body already uses. But here's where we have an issue. Here is the negative feedback. Crap, running out of space. Problem. So when your test levels rise, right, your body and your brain is going to detect that. It's going to signal that your brain has plenty of testosterone, and it's going to reduce your natural hormone signals. So this is called negative feedback. So when steroids raise testosterone levels artificially, the brain is going to think, oh, we already have enough testosterone, and stop sending signals to produce more. So this means your gonadotropin hormone releasing hormone is going to decrease, LH way down in the tank. Then your testes, right here, are going to stop producing testosterone. Your body is not going to like that. So over time, the testes will shrink in activity because they're no longer being told to work. And they're essentially, while you're on cycle, are going to be chilling at the beach. They're on vacation. They're not going to produce any natural love. So now, what happens after steroid use stops? External testosterone disappears, and your luteinizing hormone and your testosterone natural production are on vacation. It's a palm tree. What are you gonna do? Testosterone levels are gonna crash. You're coming off cycle, no more needles, no more pinning. It's gonna lead to a loss of muscle mass, increased fat gain, low energy, low motivation, mood changes, reduced strength. You're gonna go from this to this. It's gonna be horrible. Reduced libido and fertility problems. So the body needs time and even several months to restart natural testosterone production. So this is one of the biggest long-time risks. And some people might never even fully recover their natural levels. So it's not even just muscles that are affected by steroids. Other bodily systems are very affected. So your cholesterol can be worsened, your HDL is going to go down, your LDL is going to rise, so this is a decrease in your good cholesterol and an increase in your bad. And cholesterol balance can worsen, increasing your cardiovascular strain. And your blood pressure is going to rise, you're going to have all these nasty symptoms that are just not going to be good for you. And if you're adding in oral compounds, they're going to stress your liver, so this is your liver inside your body. You're ingesting these oral steroids, it's just going to be a mess for your liver, your AST and ALT. You're going to rise either your liver enzymes stimulating liver function. It's not going to be good. Skin oil is going to increase, causing you plenty of acne. It's going to be horrible. And even hair loss in susceptible people. So you're going to lose your luscious locks, beautiful hair. It's going to all go away. And hormone imbalances can cause estrogen-related effects too. You get some gyno. Look at these man boobs. It's going to be horrible. You know, if you don't manage your E2 effectively on cycle, exactly what's going to happen. So steroids effects are literally body-wide, not just in the muscle. And so why do some people still use them? Because results can happen extremely quickly. You can go from a chud to a chad. Look at this. Boom, boom. Look, you're going to have tree trunk legs, V taper. It's going to look amazing. Muscle gain is going to accelerate immensely. Recovery improves drastically. And in competitive environments, some people feel pressure to keep up. So faster results don't eliminate biological consequences, essentially. You're overriding a delicate hormone system. Your biology will always push back. You're going to have a bunch of side effects if not managed carefully. And this is the most important piece here. You know, you got to get your blood work done, do your cardio, eat properly, don't be eating like a douche. So then you can get your results, maximize your results, and minimize side effects. But here's the final takeaway. The most important thing to understand is that steroids don't create a whole new system. They amplify the same muscle building pathways that your body already uses, and understanding this mechanism also shows why natural factors matter, like training, nutrition, sleep, recovery, stress levels. All these things influence the exact same hormonal system and muscle systems. So whether someone chooses natural training or not, the underlying biology is going to be the exact same. So understanding that biology will help you make smarter decisions, and I do not recommend anybody to hop on unless they understand the pharmacological benefits.